In the past, this open mic session was always an opportunity for the people that are here in the room to say hello and to speak up. Is there anyone in the room who wants to speak up? One of our youngsters is doing the first. Please come up the stage.
Hello everyone, good morning. Thank you. My name is Todi and I'm a human rights activist for the Council of Europe's No Hate Speech movement, and I'm also a participant of the EuroDiG. First of all, I would like to thank the EuroDiG for giving young people such a platform. It is amazing, thank you very much. My comment, however, is in regards to the youth messages. Every year we come up with youth messages, however, there's little or nothing done about these messages, and if there were, they are not very visible. Therefore, I would like to suggest to the EuroDiG to create a post-event strategy to make sure that these messages are implemented, or discussed at least. You could set up a body of EuroDiG alumni who could discuss this with various stakeholder groups in order to create a discussion and possible implementation of these youth messages, because we spend a lot of effort and time to come up with these messages. Thank you.
One question to you. I know you have been participating in the EuroDiG. Have you finished the messages already, or are you still working on it?
Done, finished.
You're done, finished. Okay, so you will have a chance to read them out, your group, at the end of the event, and you will come up with the first messages from this meeting. Thank you very much. So, meanwhile, we have the open mic where it's supposed to be. So anyone who has an interest to say something can either queue behind that mic, but you are also invited to come on stage, because this room has some challenges with the many columns. So who would like to be next? Lynn? May I introduce Lynn Santamour, IGF MAC Chair?
Thank you. I was going to go to the mic there in the middle, but I think this is easier. I just wanted to inform everybody that the MAG is really working hard to implement the suggested improvements we've all heard over the year, whether it's from a CSTD working group on IGF improvements or the annual stock takings from the IGF. We're working very hard to put together a more cohesive program, less redundancy, more thematic focus in the tracks, all of this to enable more messages and more outputs to come from the IGF. But we need your help. We need the community's support. We need the community to also accept this challenge, to be more focused, to be more structured, and to provide flexibility in the programming of the IGF. So, I mean, it's incredibly important. We heard from the Vice Minister this morning and from Commissioner Gabriel about all the issues that we're actually facing in the world. And I think the IGF is a key place to address a lot of those. And we're a really unique institution. We're convened by the United Nations Secretary General, following UN protocols and procedures, and yet our day-to-day operations is solidly bottom-up, community-focused. And I think it's really the only process in the world that is like that and is fully multi-stakeholder from top to bottom, from beginning to end. We really need community participation and community support to help us enact a lot of the changes that you've all said are so important to our future. And maybe I'll just take this opportunity, since I'm getting endless questions. We are expecting that the IGF 2018 will be in Paris, November 12th through 14th. It is not formally approved or announced yet by the United Nations. Those agreements just take some time. We think that that will be coming quite soon. But we have a very, very solid, and we're very thankful to the French government for their offer. And we should all expect that we will be in Paris in November. So thank you, Sandra.
Thank you very much, Lynn, also for this good news about the announcement where the IGF might happen. So is there anyone else who would like to speak up? Deborah, right?
Okay. Hi, hello. First of all, in this occasion, I'm happy that I'm quite loud, because we are here for a dialogue and half of the people are outside. They took it as a break, and this is a kind of sad. So I'm happy that I'm loud because I'm a young person, I'm a woman, I'm here representing the EuroDiG, the Council of Europe for combating hate speech and promoting human rights online through the No Hate Speech Movement campaign. So since it's just the beginning, we are not really yet in the topic. I wanted to take the words to, first of all, to call the people that are outside yet, and to say that this is a dialogue, so please listen to every voice, be open-minded, and not just to the loud people, but to everybody, because we are here to discuss and to take the best out of it, because we are here to start changes and to start to do something good. So we come from different parts and different sides of society, so it's really good if we take this together well, and we all have competencies. That's why we are here. We have everything. Everyone has somebody to offer, so I'm really happy to be here, to listen to all of you, and I hope that I can contribute and give something to you as well. So that's my message.
Thank you very much, Deborah. Anyone else? Auki?
Hello, my name is Auke Pas. I'm a youth ambassador from the Netherlands, and I was also in the program committee for EuroDiG. First of all, I want to thank the host country and the host for having us. And second of all, I would like to draw attention to responsible disclosure. Responsible disclosure is really important for hackers to report their vulnerabilities to governments, companies. And I've seen in a lot of countries that there's not yet too much attention to that. So with me being here and telling you that, I would like to draw attention to that. Thank you all.
Thank you. I mean, we definitely don't have a problem involving young people. I think we are doing very well. What about the senior people in the room? Do they don't have to say something? Before I come to you, you better come here. I see one. I know this guy, Wolfgang Benedek. Welcome.
So thank you very much. My name is Wolfgang Benedek from University of Graz, and I'm one of those who have been in the early stages of EuroDiG participating, and I'm very proud and grateful that this organization, this event has reached already the 11th year, which I think is a great achievement by itself. And that we are here in Georgia has been one of the reasons I have been coming, because I thought that Georgia, as a country with a new approach, which we have heard this morning also in the introductory speech, based on a very open approach to the internet, on human rights, based on a very open attitude to the use of internet, is a country which really needs to be highlighted in the community of nations who are active in this field. I'm also very happy about the interesting program which has been put forward, and I'm really looking forward to it. What I maybe would like to see is more discussion on the role of the private actors on the internet, in particular the social network, the intermediaries, the providers, because they have a very strong responsibility. We have heard today from the European Commissioner about the policies of the European Union, but we did not hear too much about accountability issues. How to hold those who have the power, who define the algorithm, for example, who work on artificial intelligence and so on, how to keep them responsible, for example, to observe human rights and these European values which we heard in the Commissioner's speech. So I know that there are several events planned during the program of EuroDiG, and I hope that these topics will be widely discussed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So who else has an interest to share their thoughts, would like to make an announcement about the session that he or she is participating, organizing? I mean, this is not a must. We can also close that session and have a break, which is a bit longer. Arvin. Andrea, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Hi everyone, I'm Aranjel from ISOC Serbia, and regarding the program, we are going to be organizing today a crypto party. So for those who are unfamiliar with the term, crypto party is a workshop where we gather and discuss how to protect privacy online. It is actually grassroots initiative. Not entirely directed toward policy. It is more the way how to protect ourselves because of the lack thereof. So we will be starting at 11:15 at Master Room. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Andrea. Anyone else? Last call? There is a hand raised over there. Welcome, kindly introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Maria Mawakawa. It's my pleasure to be second time of EuroDiG because I was pleasure in the previous years. I am a student here and involved in a non-governmental organization as well have my initiative and also involved in a non-formal education, especially in Erasmus+, and I was honored to be a young European ambassador as well in Georgia. I am here like a student mostly, and I was not opportunity to have any EuroDiG, but why I'm here? I would like to share it, and it will be inspiration for everybody who is attending here. Nowadays, we live in the society where the internet is very important, and nowadays we have a lot of we're doing like transferring, buying something, and nowadays when we look in the internet, we can see the bullying or cyber security where it's not protected well, and it is as well the challenge because we know in Georgia as well there was a kid who was tried to die during that during some attacks. If I don't mistake, it was a Blue Shark program. And this is one of the most important to have this internet governance because nowadays we cannot live without internet. And if something is happening today, we have addicted with internet, and this is the one why we should be educated and involved in this process because this is our daily life. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now people are warming up. This is actually what the session is for. Thank you. Welcome.
Hi. All right. Hi, I'm Leena Ramppainen from Electronic Frontier Finland, and I just wanted to use this opportunity to draw your attention to a declaration that was launched at RightsCon a couple of weeks ago. It's called the Toronto Declaration, Protecting the Rights to Equality and Non-Discrimination in Machine Learning Systems. You may want to check it out. It's open for signatures. And especially as we seem to be talking more and more about this digitalization, innovation, machine learning, the role of artificial intelligence, it's well worth checking out. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lena. I saw another hand raised over there. If I'm not mistaken, it's also one of the EuroDiggers. Yes. Please come to stage.
Thank you. Once again, thank you for the wonderful event and wonderful pre-event for young people. I'm Maria from Youth IGF Initiative Ukraine. And one of the discussions we had at the youth session was if the impact we made is actually meaningful. And if I may, I would like to offer maybe to, if it's okay, could there be some legal procedure by government maybe to review the result of some major conferences like the offers? Can it be like a law that once a year there is a working group in the government that gathers and maybe reviews the results of the major sessions and maybe reacts to it in some way so that we understand if what we do here actually reaches the governments and the policymakers. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You are actually touching a very good point, and I would like to know if there is someone in the room from the government who would like to reply to that. If there is a law or if there is a working group to review the results of those events. There is no one raising his hand, at least not from the government. Okay, maybe we have a chance to elaborate on this further, but I saw there were more hands raised. Sonia and Bernard, right? Welcome, Sonia.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Sonia Herring. I'm a member of the executive committee of EuroDiG, which took place in Ljubljana just 2 weeks ago, and I see a lot of familiar faces here. I'd shortly like to invite everyone who was and wasn't there to our flash session tomorrow. It will take place at 9:30 a.m. in the Lolita room, and very happy to be here, and thank you.
Thank you, Sonia. Actually, she made a very good hint, because you've seen this venue is very charming, and there is another part that also belongs to that hotel, and it's just across the street, and this is where all the flash sessions are taking place. So it's really easy to find. Just cross the small road, and then you will see a sign that you have to go upstairs for the other sessions that are in the EuroDiG program. Bernard.
Thank you, Sandra. We have 2 remote participants. They wanted just to say a few words. We have Amali from UK. He's saying that EuroDiG IGF process is critical for good internet governance with inclusion of all citizens and entity viewpoints. And we have another participant, Harish from India. He said, we have to work together to promote universal acceptance, email address internationalization, and internationalized domain name to connect next billion internet users. This is what we have for remote participation for this until now. I just want to remind you guys, if you know someone that couldn't attend, please ask them to log into the website, to the EuroDiG website. There's a remote participation section. You can go there, connect to any of the workshops you'd like to attend, and also you can tweet using the hashtag EuroDiG18. So you can also voice your concerns and questions over there. Thank you very much.
Thank you for this remark. It's really important. We are paying a lot of attention to those who cannot participate at EuroDiG. And please consider that there are people following us online, not only watching, but also keen to participate. Any other? Nigel and then the lady? Okay.
Nigel Hickson. I would just like to, well, thank you very much, Sandra, and thank you for organising this with your fantastic team, and it's fantastic to be in Georgia. And I'd like to take up that challenge that the young lady set earlier about the results from some of these important conferences and how we take them forward, because I think this is crucially important, not just for this European IGF, but for many of the meetings that we hold. We have good discussions, we come up with good recommendations, we have excellent results from our discussions, and then somehow they're lost. They go into the ether, we remember them over a beer in a few years' time, and they're lost. And I think there's something fundamental here that we need to capture. It's something that we've been discussing sort of globally at the IGF, that we need to come to more concrete conclusions. Not laws, not recommendations in terms of any UN charter, but fundamental thoughts, fundamental sort of conclusions to our discussions. And if we can start that here, all the better. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Martina. I work on data flows in general from a trade perspective, but also the founder of an NGO to teach digital skills to kids. My point is about internet fragmentation. I just invite everybody to talk about how do we see the future of the internet going forward, because what we're seeing now is internet fragmentation at different level of the internet, starting from the infrastructure. And what we're seeing also with the GDPR is examples of countries which are trying to put their way of seeing the internet on the internet. And by doing so, we often don't acknowledge also what other countries think the internet should look like. So I think we should take this opportunity of this dialogue to try to find a way of having each country being able to have their own value reflected on the internet without fragmenting the internet in intra-local national nets, which are going to create a lot of problems for freedom of expression and communication between people. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Anyone else? Mark Cavell. It's funny, I know most of you by name. Mark, take your time.
Yes. Thank you very much, Sandra. I was trying to navigate through a complicated set of rows and chairs there. Yes, my name is Mark Cavell. I'm from the UK government's ministry, which leads on digital policy. It's the Department for Digital Culture, Media and Sport. And I am one of several government representatives here. And why am I here? I think it's important for governments to connect with these multi-stakeholder processes because they are dealing with a lot of issues that governments are grappling with. For example, online harms, disinformation, cybersecurity. So we're here to participate on an equal basis, to connect with you, to engage and find new networks of contacts through civil society, private sector, technical community, and so on. So it's important for us to be here, and we need to report back and inform our policy development processes that this is how the stakeholders are looking at issues, how we can learn and better define our policy objectives, be they to promote self-regulation, codes of practice, or if there is some opportunity for a regulatory response. We need to do that from a basis of understanding where and how the stakeholders are actually looking at these issues and the kind of menus of options that could inform policy development in pursuit of the public interest. So we need to have, as Nigel was saying, I think, some sort of ability to capture what comes out of the discussions here, for us to disseminate across our administrations. I mean, I'm from one ministry, but I need to talk to our Foreign Affairs Ministry, our Home Affairs Ministry, and our independent regulators too. And so some facility to capture what happens here is vital. And that is meaningful in terms of continuation, not stopping when we all go back to our respective capitals. So that's my sense of why it's important to be here, why more governments should be here. And we appreciate very much EuroDig's outreach to all the governments in Europe for that purpose. But we need to build on that. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Mark. I think some governmental civil servant should intern at you and get some recommendations on what you just said. Anyone else who would like to speak up? I know this person also, Wolfgang Kleinwächter.
Yes, my name is Wolfgang Kleinwächter. I'm also a veteran in this community, involved since many, many years, and I'm now a member of the Global Commission on Stability in Cyberspace. You know, I want to follow up with Mark's comment on the need to enhance the multi-stakeholder cooperation, because when this community started 15, 20 years ago, internet governance was a technical issue with some political implications. And the big achievement which came out from this community was the invention of the multi-stakeholder approach. That means that people realized that the internet is too big, that it can be managed by one stakeholder group alone. You need the expertise of the private sector, of the technical community, of the civil society, and of the governments. The stakeholders have to work hand in hand. They cannot substitute each other, but they will not find solutions alone. They have to work together. The Commissioner Gabriel said, we are now, after 15, 20 years, at a crossroads. If I look backwards, every year there was another crossroad. Now we have reached this crossroad. And what I see, what has changed in these 20 years is that internet governance is now a political issue with some technical implications. And this is a big change, because now communities which had nothing to do with the internet debate are taking over the discussion. The security people now, they were dealing with nuclear arms and conventional wars, and now they are dealing with cyber issues. They have no idea what the multi-stakeholder approach is, but they are discussing internet issues. The trade people, the World Trade Organization, now the e-commerce, digital trade as a key issue. This group had nothing to do with the debate here in the internet governance community. And I think this is a challenge looking forward from this crossroads. Now we are here in Georgia in 2018, and to say we have to reach out to this community and to explain exactly what Mark Cavell has said, that this isn't it's very useful for governments, for security people, for people dealing with trade and the digital economy, to open their minds to look for the ideas and the experiences of other stakeholders, so to broaden this community. I think this will be a challenge, and I hope we will see more results in 5 or 10 years from now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Okay, so then Wolfgang managed to have the last word. Congratulations to that. We are going to continue in this room at 11:30 with the plenary that presents a very important project for this country, the Tusheti project. Please be here in the room at 11:30, and since we have only one door, start approaching the room a bit earlier, that you are in seat when we are going to start sharp in time. So with this, I wish you a good coffee break.